Hello and welcome to Impact Tuition. In this video, we will discuss an overview of the ICAG Ghana Strategic Case Study Syllabus. The aim of the Strategic Case Study module is to enable students to understand and apply tools and models to develop skills in strategic analysis, choice, and implementation. We must note that the module involves evaluating complex scenarios based on complex data, financial and stakeholder analysis, including making recommendations. Assessment approach. The examination will be a 3-hour paper. The case studies may be based on a variety of different organizational structures or operations. Students will be provided with background details or pre-seen information of the organizations in the respective case studies ahead of the exams. Students will be expected to familiarize themselves with the information provided about the organizations and the industry in which they operate by detailed analysis of that advanced information and some additional analysis and research where necessary. Questions will be crafted based on the syllabus weighting grade, covering the following broad areas: strategic management issues, business plan, financial objectives and strategies, and corporate governance. Strategic issues 40%, governance and ethics 20%, business plan 20%, financial objectives and strategies 20%, making a total of 100%. This is the weighting grade. Let's look at what the syllabus entails. First, we will look at strategy, then strategic management, which basically asks the question, how do we develop strategy? Strategic management is a process. It involves identification, selection, implementation, strategy identification, strategy selection, and strategy implementation. Strategy identification can also be called strategic position. Selection we can call strategic choices, and implementation strategy in action. The rest of our work in the coming weeks will be on the strategic management process. We begin with strategy identification or strategic position. Under strategic position, we have 3 key issues: purpose and expectation, the business environment, and strategic capabilities. Let's discuss purpose and expectation and what to expect. Under purpose and expectation, we will first look at purpose, and purpose will help us understand the entity's reasons for existence. To do this, we will need the hierarchy of aims and plans, which involves about 7 things. We will look at this in detail. For expectation, we are basically going to talk about stakeholders. Stakeholders are organizations and persons who are interested in what the organization is doing. We will discuss the classification of stakeholders. We have the main stakeholders and other stakeholders. For this group of stakeholders, we will look at their expectations, what they expect from the organization in question. We can also have the external stakeholders and internal stakeholders. For this group, we will talk about what influences their power. To analyze our stakeholders, we will do what we call stakeholder mapping. And to do this, we will apply the Mendello stakeholder matrix. We have two of them, position and importance matrix, which we will use for our internal stakeholders, and power and interest matrix, which will be for analyzing our external stakeholders. Still under strategic position, we'll look at the next main issue, the business environment. The business environment will help in identifying opportunities and threats. We will discuss the layers of the environment. We have the international environment, the macro environment, the industry, and then the market. We have models for analyzing each of the layers of the environment. For the international environment, the model we apply is the Porter's diamond. The macro environment, we will look at PESTEL. For the industry, Porter's 5 forces. The market, product life cycle. Still under strategic position, the final key issue is strategic capabilities. Strategic capabilities talks about the ability of firms to use their competencies to exploit the resources at their disposal to gain competitive advantage. We will discuss resource and the type of resources. We have two of them, threshold resources and unique resources. Then we will come and look at the models for analyzing resources. We will do the resource audit and the VIRO framework, which is an acronym for rarity, value, immutability, and organization. These are the models for analyzing resources. Next, we will discuss competence. We will also look at the type of competence, threshold competence, and core competence. The focus of the syllabus will be on the core competence, because the core competence helps to create value, and value, as we know, is the benefits and attributes of a product that customers are interested in. Then we will look at the models for analyzing value. We will discuss the value chain analysis. The value chain analysis has two groups of activities, the primary activities and the secondary activities. We will discuss the activities under each of them. For the primary activities, we will look at inbound, operations, outbound, sales and marketing, and services. Secondary activities, we will discuss procurement, human resource, technology, and corporate infrastructure. For each of these activities, we will look at the kind of competencies the entity will have to develop in order to create value. The focus is on the competencies that the entity will have to develop in each of these activities. When we are done with the strategic position, we will move on to the next in the process, which is strategic choices. We have 3 choices at our disposal: business level choices. The aim of business level choices is at achieving competitive advantage. The next is development or direction choices. These choices help in making a decision on choosing your best product or market. Then finally, corporate level choices, which also help in choosing a scope or area of activity. We will look at the issues under each of these choices. For the business level choices, the models we will discuss include Porter's generic, Bowman's clock, hyper-competitive strategy, strategic lock-in, collaboration, benchmarking, critical success factors, and customer relationship management. These are the models under the business level choices. We will look at the details of each of these models. Development or direction. The models include Ansov's growth vector matrix, withdrawal strategy, and consolidation strategy. We will discuss each of these. We will also look at the methods of growth. We have two of them, internal and external. Our focus is on the internal growth, and then we will discuss Greener's growth model for analyzing internal growth. Then finally, still under strategic choices, we will look at the corporate level choices. The issues we will consider include determining scope and what influences scope. We will also look at the optimal corporate strategy, and the recommendation is to build portfolios which is made up of products and SBUs or strategic business units. Then we will look at making decisions using models. The models under the corporate level choices are the BCG matrix, the McKinsey or General Electric business screen, and corporate parenting, where we will look at the Ashridge portfolio display. Then we will end our strategic choices with international strategies. We will discuss the drivers of internationalization, the mode of entry, international environment analysis, where the Porter's diamond will come in, management orientation, we have 4 of them: ethnocentric, geocentric, polycentric, regiocentric. We will look at the details of each of these. Then we will move on to the IR framework, and then financing decisions. And that will be all for international strategies. When we have chosen our strategies, we have to evaluate the strategies to see if they are working. And in doing that, we will use the SAF model to evaluate the strategies we have chosen. The SAF model is an acronym for suitability, acceptability, and feasibility. We will apply the SAF model to evaluate the strategies we have chosen to see if they are working or not. Right, then we come to the final step in the strategic management process, which is the strategy in action. Under this, we will discuss organizing for success, the most appropriate organizational structure or the contingency theory. We will also look at relationship management, communication of chosen strategy, evaluation of strategic performance, change management and organizational culture, developing functional strategy, and the business plan. There are models in some of these. We will discuss each of them when we get there in detail. When we are done with the management process, the strategic management process, we will turn our attention to governance and ethics. Under governance, we will look at the theories of governance, the code of best practice, and our focus will be on the content of the code of best practice. Under ethics, we will discuss the theories of ethics, personal ethics, business ethics, and professional ethics, moral dilemma, ethics, governance, and social responsibility, cultural context of ethics, corporate code of ethics, ethical decision-making models, and social and environmental reporting. And that will be all for the strategic case study syllabus. But the overview is just a skeleton. In the coming weeks, we will pick each of these issues and treat them in detail. We look forward to doing a lot, and we hope to complete every aspect of the syllabus before the April 2023 date. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment, and talk to your friends who are preparing for the exam about the channel, and encourage them to subscribe and share with others as well. See you in our next video.